So he was on our time. So I called up this morning. I said, yeah, well, we both on leave for 3 times. So I talked to Robson, just called me up. But they always told me. Oh, yeah, he always taught me all the time. That's a nerve bed. It's a nerve bed. So I got a bunch of those. Just so you know, so this is about.
Can you go in and out of that door, or you have to go out the back?
Could go out that door, yeah. You just can't come back in it, typically.
Nice to see you. More comfortable in his chair than mine. We'll play with those little guys. It was nice to see. Yeah. They have me, that's all I know. Teachers with microphones, I'm like, are you kidding me? This is great. No razor clapping and you.
Some teachers are super.
Very nice.
I don't remember.
No. Yep, very much so. I'm still trying to remember. We're gonna have a quiz and see who knows how to spell shots. You know, it's very nice to see who works.
We did. Yeah, we figured out. Yeah. I asked him about the minutes. I wasn't sure if he would be here. Yeah. As long as somebody gets them for me.
They won't be pretty.
Ah, that's fine.
No, he's went to a seminar and worked the winter house. I didn't think he was going to get back. Good evening, we're going to call the regular meeting of the Stonington Board of Police Commissioners meeting for Thursday, February 9th to order, and start by the pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Is anyone here that wants to make remarks prior to anything being on the current agenda? Is there anyone here that wants to make remarks to the public? Okay, you're on the agenda, please wait for the next available be called up. Commissioner Turner will not be here tonight, he's traveling in business. And first, we're going to talk about the Ragnar Relay, and this is going to be by telephone.
Hello, Amber. Stonington Police calling from the Board of Police Commissioners meeting. How are you?
I am good. How are you doing?
Very good. So you're on with everybody.
Hi, Amber.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Amber. Hello, Shaughnessy, Chairman, how are you?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
Good. Amber, this is the third year you've come to Stonington again. Basically, we're well familiar with your race. It's gone very well. I talked to the deputy chief about that today. Are there any changes that are going to take place in the race this year compared to previous years?
No, there are no physical changes to the race. I did get a notification from Connecticut DOT that it looks like I'm missing a permit through the town of North Stonington. From what I understood, you guys have jurisdiction of the roads we were on. Is that a disconnect on my end? The sign off I get from you cover the route up on Providence New London Turnpike.
To Captain, Chief, Deputy Chief?
Yeah, so Stonington, the North Stonington portion of the relay is gonna go through, the state police.
Okay, gotcha. That's what DOT was.
Right, so,
Okay,
but if
perfect.
you need assistance.
Yeah, there's been no changes.
Okay. So I see you have the insurances here and everything is signed. Chief, do you have any questions?
I don't.
Deputy Chief?
Just you're gonna contact state police for approval through North Stonington?
Yes, yeah, I've been working with, dealer Mohawk on that one, and I just didn't know if there was a second jurisdiction with local police, which it sounds like there's not. So I appreciate that information.
Okay, thank you. That's all I have.
Any commissioners have any questions? I have a motion to approve this event and submit it to the commission subject to meeting the town's insurance requirements and any issues that the police department determines are needed prior to the event.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Amber, you're all set.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate your help. We're excited to come back.
Thank you. Love.
Have a good night.
You too. Bye.
Next on the agenda is the, Pawcatuck River Duck Race. Is anybody here? See anybody here? We'll pass out next month. When is that? What's the date of that?
February 9th?
April 29th, so we'll pass that. They have time to come and see us in April. Spelman Drive, Rose Races and Events.
Yes, my name is Richard Ward. I'm from recreation programs and so forth. So I have 3 dates that I'm putting forward. First of which is Saturday, May 6th with our Girls on the Run 5K race. We are all in Spelman Park across the way here, and we do cordon off the road. How do I describe that? Just past the multi-purpose field, where that freeway stop sign comes down from the school parking lot. So we cordon and block that off for about an hour, hour and a half for the girls to be able to race south of that on the roads and so forth safely. We also have the Dean's Mill PTO that is going to be doing an event on Saturday, May 20th. We cordon the road off where the Fort Road forks down Spelman Drive that goes to east and west. So the girls in the PTO run and have the race going from pavilion to pavilion. And then the third event is Wednesday, and I'm sorry, my letter, I had the wrong date listed here. It's Wednesday, August 16th. And that's our 5K, yearly 5K race. We start on the track and we go across Spelman Drive at several different places with the runners as they go off into the woods and come back to the track. So there are several different crossing areas. We don't cordon off the road, but we do have several different guards that are blocking the traffic and so forth at various times. So that's my 3 dates. They've been running for a number of years now. There's no changes or anything like that from what we've done in the past.
Chief, do you have any questions? Deputy, do you have any questions? Any of the commissioners have any questions? I have a motion to approve this event is submitted to the commission, subject to the meeting of meeting of town insurance department. You don't need that. And any issues that the police department determines are needed prior to that. Motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor? Good Friday walk.
Hi, I'm Beth Manning, representing the Mystic Area Ecumenical Council. And two forms that need to be signed for April 7th, Good Friday Walk, the 42nd year of it. We use Stonington roads for just a short distance from Mystic Congregational to the bridge, and then the roads after that. So
you're mainly on the sidewalk and then you cross Home Street. So we normally have an officer down at Homes.
Any concerns, Chief, or
I think she's already assigned one person to it.
any questions from the Commissioner? We have a motion to approve this event as submitted to the Commission, subject to meeting the town's insurance requirements and any issues that the police department determines to be required to the event.
So moved.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
You're all set.
Thank you.
We have two pieces of correspondence. Chief, you want to comment on the two pieces of correspondence for the statewide organized crime investigation task force and the Marine unit letter, please?
So both of them were, headed by Captain Schneider, who's here right now, so if you want to mention anything about both of them.
The crime letter? Yep, we'll start with that. Keep that one simple. That was just a letter in thanks and appreciation to our partners on the state side that it provided us some assistance with probably the growing propensity for crimes to be, dealing with cyber crimes and specifically cryptocurrency on this specific one. We were able to and are currently still regaining funds for the victim in the amount of $48,000. So that was a huge benefit to her, who had wiped out most of her savings through this scam. So this again just is an important reminder that we have to work together and we have to advance our own technology within the department to keep up with the crimes that are taking place.
And it was really impressive the fact that the detectives working together with this task force to be able to work on the cryptocurrencies. The first one of their type of investigations we've done here on that, and they learned a lot. We learned a lot. We had to open certain accounts, work with our finance department, but that's the way where crimes are going and how important it is. And I thank Captain Schneider for putting that letter out to them and letting them know how appreciative we
That was fairly complicated, I will say. There's a lot to it. There's a lot of complexities. There's a lot of bank holds, accounts that we have to hold, the release of the money after we seize it from these individuals who are all overseas. Is a whole legal process involved in that, so it's fairly complicated. The Marine letter is a letter that originated with the Marine Group. Again, those of you who are on the water at all understand there's a very narrow channel at the western tip of Sandy Point, which is growing more narrow each year with some shoaling issues. Some past storms, including the one just before Christmas this year, really disrupted the depth of the channel and the width of the channel. The individuals who are out there now working with commercial fishermen and things like that are still on the water, had indicated that, brought it to the attention of the Marine Group, who are in contact with both the Army Corps of Engineers, United States Coast Guard, regarding the navigable waters around there, and so said, come summertime, there's going to be an issue. We recognize that from a public safety standpoint is we often see near collisions almost on a daily basis out there just because of the congestion. And when you raft boats up in that area, we're going to see a problem. We sent a letter on behalf, just addressing the public safety side, that said, if there's anything that needs to be done, it should be done because we recognize that as a problem moving forward, especially if there's any further narrowing or depth issues with that channel. So that's all that was. They recognized that the Coast Guard Sector Long Island responded back to us in receipt of the letter, and they're working with Army Corps of Engineers to see if there's emergency dredging or something that needs to take place, but none of those decisions.
Very well. Any questions?
Who's responsible for emergency dredging if it does need to happen?
There's a litany of people that are on that list. There's a lot of environmentalists that are concerned for obvious reasons about disruption of that without any of the proper, pass-throughs. But Army Corps of Engineers is, I think, probably going to take the lead with obviously the Coast Guard saying that we're disrupting a waterway that, services a great number of businesses on the water, marinas. There would be a huge economic impact if you shut off places like Watch Hill and stuff. So they're all working in conjunction, and we were just a small part of that.
Oh, it's important to say that part of that marine group who the CAC sits on too is that they're so proactive with it and watching and paying attention and working together with Westerly and working together with everyone else. It's beneficial that we have those relationships and that he continues to move forward with that and put these letters out and let people know well in advance where things aren't going to change and we can't make the changes we need. So, thank you.
Thank you.
I see that Lisa's here from the chamber, and we passed your comment. Come on up and tell us about the 23rd annual stuff.
Oh, if you pass it, then that's great.
Pass it on next month.
Did you really?
Yes.
Oh, no. Thank you. It was hard getting through downtown tonight because we have our chocolate stroll in downtown tonight. So there's 300 people with sweet tooths running around trying to gather all their goodies. Yes, yes. No, and I'm trying to stay away from it. That's why I'm glad I have other places to be. Thank you. This is a two-state community tradition that's taken place for, well over 24 years now. It benefits a variety of schools, nonprofits in the community where they raise money for their organizations. We do utilize the Pawcatuck River. Technically, our permit is on the Connecticut side of the river. So when we dump the ducks, we are dumping them slightly more on the Connecticut side than the Rhode Island side. But once they go over, we have the lane lines that are set up. We own them. So we ensure that between the lane lines we put out there and 4 different volunteer boats, Westerly Ambulance, some Boy Scout troops, and a variety of neighbors who bring their boats, that no duck escapes and goes, off into the waters beyond our race parameters. So we appreciate the short period of time that we kind of take over that little section of river, which is not heavily traversed by boats because of where it is. It's so shallow up there. But we're happy to answer any questions you have, and hopefully you will look favorably upon it again.
Any questions from the chief or the deputy chief? Any questions from the commissions? I have a motion to approve the event submitted to the commission subject to the meeting of the town's insurance requirements and any issues that the police department determines are needed prior to the event.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
So you'll get some insurance certificate.
Of course.
Of course.
Yes, that's the easy part.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Sorry I couldn't get here at the top of your meeting. Have a great night.
Take care.
Takes care of that. All business, planning and zoning, site plan, groundwater protection. And, we pretty much heard the last one, pretty much.
Yeah.
The only condition that we had was the submission of the traffic survey, which actually we did have and we did review.
Okay.
So we didn't see any problems with it. I reviewed it myself. I don't know if any other commissioners saw any problems with the zoning. Do we have any questions for that? Chief, Captain? I have a motion to pass along to the planning and zoning that the police commissioner sees no issues with this application as it relates to traffic, safety, and parking.
So moved. Second.
You're all set?
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming back a second time. We are issue of traffic. Chief, you want to comment on the signage you requested from the state of Connecticut on the I-95 ramp by the village and the Whitehall Avenue on Old Mystic, please, for the commission?
Sure. The request was from the commission to place the no parking signs and went down along the access ramp, the off-ramp access along the north side of the Old Mystic Village. What the DOT wanted is they wanted to have exact locations, they wanted to have GPS layouts for it. So we put together the maps. Our new Sergeant Rogers, together with his crew and did a fantastic job with that. Put it together with us. We sent it up to DOT for final approvals. We're hoping that's gonna happen. We had the concerned citizen that worked at the emergency room at Lawrence Memorial that was down here to present to you about the concerns of bikers coming down Quantico Hill, coming down 234 on the way 227, that there's no warnings for the bicyclists. So we routed out where we thought was the best point to put that sign, put them on the map also, submitted that all to DOT. So there, it's the ball in the court right now. I think that we have a pretty good chance of getting the signs that we requested. And we'll keep you posted if we do.
Any of the commissioners have any questions for the chief on these two issues? Okay, next is approval of minutes from the Thursday, January 12th regular meeting, which is the minutes were in your package. A motion to approve the minutes.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
That's it. Report of the chief. Budget report.
So on the budget report, going over it, we took a look at the budget from last year at this time to make sure that we're going where we need to go. The only things that came up on this was in the one of the lines that shows that we're over, and that's actually comes down, it's $232 on that report. There it is. And that comes to the building maintenance, which is 80553. That is actually because a mistake was made of fuel being taken out of that, not taken out of that line, that we have to now put back in there. So once we put it back in there, it'll get where it needs to be. So that's not a problem at all. Looking at the overtime, we're at 80% when our budget's about 55% used. That goes to the 3 officers that the spots that we don't have, we have to do the mandatory backfilling of that. But when we compare that to the last year at this time, we're where we need to be on that. So there's no concerns with that. But other than that, I feel pretty comfortable where we sit.
We're going to ask for a transfer of funds. Are we going to have to do that?
We'll have to do it for overtime. That'll happen when we
have the money in another account.
It'll be in the regular pay to the officers.
Okay. Any questions on the budget?
Yep. So special events, we're looking at getting we continue working on that. We're looking at producing an email that just goes for events. So when people want to apply and do everything, they usually just went to Natalie, and it's mixed with everything else. I'm trying to have a separate email, streamline that. And then what we had a staff meeting with everybody, all the supervisors. One thing that they asked for is that now that they know this event's calendar has been placed out, that we put down the estimation of officers that we need. They think it's extremely helpful if they get that in advance, even though it's tentative, to help them plan their lives and put things together. So I think just of us all working together and having this, out in the open where we understand what's going on, it's going to help the officers and help them move on with their schedules. We have some training that came up that Lieutenant Peckham is our training organizer, and he let us know about the needs of sergeants and having some training, especially the sergeants. Roger being a lead sergeant. So out of that training budget, we're sending 2 sergeants to school, and also our accident reconstruction team that works together regionally. They have 2 opportunities that came up. We don't get a lot of the opportunities in 2 schools to deal with pedestrian accidents, also to deal with just a recon school in general, refresher and putting things together. We have them going to that too. So it's a great opportunity for them. So those are good schools. It'll be tight on our budget with that. We won't go over, but these are great schools to have them go to.
I just want to circle back on the special events schedule. I've been contacted by some citizens and business owners on some of these special events, and that they're requesting that they get notification of these events well in advance, so that they can come and testify before the commission, either for or against the event. So I think you and I talked about geocaching, the deputy and I talked about it also, making sure that we send these letters out well in advance of any large-scale events that we're going to do, so that the public or businesses can make a comment, especially when it has to do with downtown, such areas as Cottrell Street and Home Street, those areas. So we are going to geocache those as we have done in the past.
Correct.
Any
So you
questions?
have to ask to be on the distribution list, like how do you get that?
We do it we do a survey of the areas where the area's been met, and then we send those out.
You send them
They all get it. So that somebody does not have to request to be on there, they just get it automatically. Anything on the consent agenda?
Well, to go back to the report itself, we applied for and received the rural speed grant. And then the additional grant we have is $5,000. And then you can reapply, up to 10 times, and we're pretty confident on those. We're pretty excited about that to get the officers out. Gives them an opportunity to just concentrate on, speed enforcement. We also have applied for another, stolen car and converter, theft grant. We do have the stolen cars that happen in Stonington and the Cadillac converter thefts that happen here. So we're very hopeful we're gonna, get that, and we do. We already have a sergeant that's, putting together a game plan of how we work together with other law enforcement partners. We'll keep you posted if we get that or not. We have the opportunity, I received some training from the United States Secret Service in relation to, mass shootings and the studies that they do nationally on all of them. Comes up great data for law enforcement to use to be able to make sure that we can, make any adjustments we need in our trainings and what we do when it comes to, incidents that happen at schools. They were very kind to me and gave me the opportunity to come up here and do training directly for us. I contacted our superintendent and asked if she would like to participate. She said absolutely, and we're opening it up to the region and we're going to host it where regional superintendents will be able to be involved in the training from them, and together with our trainers from the school, from the police department that do a fantastic job now. We have that training is going to be in March, and what it'll be free of cost without the charge standing for us. So we're pretty excited about that.
You invite the commissioners?
I think we can.
Yeah, sure. So if any of the commissioners would like to attend that training, we'll get notification of that.
Chief, I wonder, there's a Connecticut-based organization actually that has done some very forward-leaning work at a national level, Voices of 9/11.
Mm-hmm.
So obvious where that came out of it. But about planning for mass casualty events involving social workers and different town departments, a little bit wider angle than just the very important piece, which is law enforcement. I don't know if the Secret Service works. They work with federal agencies. I don't know if the Secret Service. I don't know if that rings any bells with you.
This training that I'm talking about is they actually take all the mass shootings and then they analyze it and they put everything together, and that's the information portion that gets pushed out. So I don't know if it's
Right. So it sounds like they're sort of in their lane on the law enforcement piece. Okay.
Yeah. And this is they focusing at this training is focused for schools, and that's why because we have very robust training. Here now and things that are in the schools and we've been working very hard both before I got here and since I got here on it. So I also want to make sure none of this conflicts with what we're currently doing, which we found that it doesn't, which is good. Just add to it.
Any other questions for the chief? Consent agenda?
We have a letter that came from our detective sergeant, Sergeant Morrison, in relation to the good work from youth officer / Detective Browning. We also have Officer Armstrong that had an incident that took place where he was able to take care of a situation out of an arrest that, based on his training, based on his ability and whatnot, the situation worked out well. So you have a lot of recognition for that too. That's another fantastic thing.
I have a motion to accept the report of the chief and the consent agenda.
So moved.
Second. All in favor? Okay, at the present time, I'm asking for a motion to go into executive session pursuant to the Connecticut General Statute 1-206-8 regarding interviews to fill open police officer positions in the Stonington Police Department and to adjust the current salary of police chief Jerry Del Grosso and to amend his contract to include holiday payment as other departments employees already have.
So moved.
Who made that motion?
I did.
All right, so we are in executive session, and we'll be going upstairs. Okay.
No, it does not have to be part of it. Actually, should be like that, but then, yeah, it's fine, I know, but I asked just as a, you know, yeah, it's just, if somebody proposes and then second.
Oh, thanks. Never mind.